Right, good morning. It's wet, it's miserable, it's an awful day out there, so I thought this might be a good time to do this video. Right, as you can see, I was going to do an unboxing, but I mean, who wants to see somebody open a box? As you can see, I now have another camera. Now then, this is similar to the one that I sent back, but it's the same but with a different lens. This is the dp0. It's a 14. This is a 14mm lens, so it's about 21 millimeters, I think, in full frame terms. So it's a very wide lens. It's part of the DP series of cameras that Sigma produced with their Foveon sensors. This is actually the rarest. This is the one most difficult to find. You really don't see many of these, and I'll tell you how I come about to get it. It's funny enough that it was like 2 days ago. I got an email from eBay saying that a DP, some Quattro cameras had been listed. And when I looked, somebody had put one of these on eBay. It was in mint condition, like this. It had all the accessories, it had even a case, the viewfinders and everything. I mean, it was immaculate, and it had really all the everything with it. They wanted £999 for it, £995 for it, plus £15 postage. So it was £1,010 in total. Now, when these come out, they were £900. So, and these come out, by the way, this particular one come out in 2000 or 2016. I think it was announced in 2015, and it was actually produced in 2016. So it's only like 6 years ago. And I think it's the most popular because it is the widest lens in the four cameras they produced like this. They did the 1, 2 and 3, which were, and don't forget, these are all fixed lenses. You can't change these lenses out. These are fixed. So they're a bit like a compact camera that's got a fixed lens. And they started with a 19mm, which was the DP1, 30mm, which was the DP2, and then the one that I had and sent back, which was the 50mm 2.8 macro lens, which turns out not a real macro lens. Anyway, so, and within 2 hours it had sold. So it wasn't on there very long, so somebody soon snapped it up. So, but I belong to I joined a photography forum some years ago. I don't really use it anymore. I pop on there occasionally, but really occasionally. Anyway, they've got a wanted section, so if you're particularly after something, you can just put a post in there saying what you're looking for. So I did that with these. I said because I wanted another one of these wonderful looking cameras, which I still think look like something from the future, not from the past. So I put an advert, and somebody, and that same afternoon that I saw this one on eBay and it sold, somebody then messaged me and they said they had two. They had the DP2 and the dp0, and they wanted £550 for it. I offered them 500. They were quite happy to accept that, and it came with this. which was included in the price. And this is the viewfinder. Now, there we go, that's the viewfinder. A very odd looking viewfinder. As you can see, it obviously doesn't sit on the top. There is a viewfinder you can get for these, but I don't think they're very good. They're kind of optical ones and they're not very accurate. This is apparently, by all accounts, a really good viewfinder, and it just screws into the tripod mount there, and it sits like that. I'm not going to actually put it together, but that's how it sits. So it makes the camera, but it's still fairly, you know, it's not that big and it's fairly lightweight, but that's how it would sit. And obviously you've still got the tripod, you can still put it on a tripod because you've got a screw here. So, and these on average are about £200 on their own. So if you say that was 200, then I would have picked this up for 300. So an absolute bargain, in my opinion. So there you go. And I just want to correct something else, because I said in one of my other videos that the dp0 Merrills, which were the cameras that come out before these, which were more like pocket cameras. They were the same shape, nothing particularly odd or strange about them. They were the first Foveon sensors, and that is actually wrong. The first Foveon sensors apparently come out in 2002, starting with the SD9, and I think they made about 5 cameras, and they all look like DLSRs. They would just look like exactly like DLSRs. It was only when so they had the DLSR ones, and then they brought out the Merrills, which looked like pocket cameras, and then they brought out these, which the odd looking ones, and then they brought out the SD Quattro. For those of you that may not have seen my videos before, this is the SD Quattro. As I say, this come out in about 2016, and I think these come out not long afterwards. And they brought this one out, which, as you can see, is a much bigger, different kind of, it's the same kind of sensor, but a bigger body. Comes this one with the viewfinder, and these cameras are all about the image quality. You know, as I said, I'm not going to go through all the specs and that, because I've gone through all that before. They are slow, but you know, with this one and this one, I just think, you know, they unusual, wonderful, fantastically built. But this was the end of the line. They bought this one, and they bought an H version of this, which actually had a bigger sensor. But I think the image quality is the same, and I don't think you necessarily would benefit anything from the other version of this. It's exactly the same camera. They just put a slightly bigger sensor in it, which basically just means you're going to get bigger files. And in 2019 they were talking about bringing out a full frame Foveon sensor. Unfortunately that didn't happen. That never actually happened, so they brought something else out instead. which is going to lead you to my next video. So I will see you in that one.